What's up, everybody? It's the Common Sense Investor coming at you with another video. And in this video, get ready for a treat. Get you something to drink, sit down and buckle up, because in this video, I'm going to tell you what the plan is. Okay? Now, I'm not going to speculate. I'm not going to give you a conspiracy theory. I'm going to show you in the documents what the plan is for AMC moving forward. Okay? Now, if you want to know what the plan is, people, of what AMC's got going on, then you go over to the prospectus and you press Control F and you type in plan of distribution, and lo and behold, boom, I'll be damned. They lay out the plan of the distribution. There's no mystery. All I have to do is read this. And when I read this, then I know what the plan will be. Man, I'll blow my motherfucking phone up. I know I made some of y'all mad. That's another story. But when I tell you I know what the plan is, it's because I've read the plan, people. All right? Now, let me begin by doing this. When a person deserves a shout out, I give them a shout out. When they deserve that ass spanking, I give them an ass spanking too. And Cowboy Clown is the one who taught me what I'm about to share with you. Because there was a time when he would open up and show how to read these financials, but he don't do it no more. All right? But at one point he used to, and I used to hang on every word and listen, and he would tell us that the prospectus, for the most part, is nothing more than copy-paste. That whatever the last prospectus is, it's the same prospectus except for the numbers, okay? Okay, let me give you an example of what I'm talking about when I say copy and paste. Here is the plan. The plan is for AMC to enter into a distribution agreement with Citigroup, Barclays, Riley, and Goldman Sachs as the sale agents, under which we may offer and sell from time to time shares of our Class A common stock, having an aggregate offering price of up to $250 million. That's the plan. Now, if you go over here to the November prospectus and you search for and you find the plan of distribution, he's explaining to you on November 9th, 2023, that the plan was to enter into an equity distribution agreement with Citi and Barclays and Riley and Goldman Sachs as our sale agents, under which we may offer to and sell from time to time our Class A common stock, having an aggregate offering price of up to $350 million. So you see how that whole sentence is nothing but copy and paste, and all that gets changed is the number. But the plan stays the same. Now, when the plan changes, then what's going to happen? They're going to tell you, and it's going to be important for you to be watching, because these things are copy and paste, just like Cowboy Clown taught everybody. All right? And if there's a change in the plan, what does that mean? It means the plan has changed. Common sense, I know, but some people just don't get it. That when you're reading the plan, you're looking for what is changing, because when the plan changes, that's when something is up. Does that make sense? I hope so. Let's keep going. Now, it says that the sales agent may act as agents on behalf or purchase shares of our Class A common stock as principals. If we sell Class A common stock to the sales agent, Citigroup, Barclays, Riley, Goldman Sachs, as principals, or people that's buying it, we will enter into a separate terms agreement with the sales agent, and we will describe the terms of the offering of those shares in a separate prospectus supplement or pricing. You go over here to November, and it basically says exactly the same thing. That if one of the sales agent needs the shares, they have the first bat. they get to buy the shares first, and they get it at a discounted rate. All right? So, if you want to know if Citigroup is short and Adam Aaron is helping the shorts, Citigroup, if they're short and they need these shares to close out their position, they are the first ones up the bat. And if Barclay is, and Riley is, and Goldman is, then yes, he is offering them these shares if they want to. Not a conspiracy theory. It's in the plan. Okay? Let me show you something else that's in the plan. The next paragraph tells me that the plan is this. Sales, if any, of our shares of Class A common stock under the distribution agreement may be made in ordinary broker transactions to or through a market maker on or through the New York Stock Exchange or any other market venue where the securities may be traded. Now, what's the plan? The plan is sell the shares, and eventually the shares end up in whose hands? The market makers. And then the market maker makes the decision of what goes to the New York Stock Exchange and what shares they can sell on any other market venue, i.e. dark pool. So, is that conspiracy? Or do they tell you that's the plan? That's the plan, people. That if Citi needs to cover their shorts, they can buy the shares. And if whoever else buys the shares, fuck it, you can dump them in the dark pool. We don't give a fuck. That's part of the plan. Now, I told y'all that this is the plan. It's always been the plan. And when you read this, then what you're really doing is you're looking for if the plan ever changes, and it does this time. This prospectus is different than all the other prospectuses in the past. And how do I know that? Because I found the change. All right, the plan has changed, and here is the difference. Settlement of any shares of our Class A common stock will occur on the second business day and on or after May 28, 2024, the first business day following the date on which such sales were made. Okay? Copy and paste. Except for they added this line right here. And on or after May 28th, the first business day. In other words, if one of these people want to buy these shares, you want to take advantage of the T2 settlement system, you have until May 28th. All right? And that's part of the plan now. Now, I've got other things I can share with y'all about how they're fixing to give a dividend and shit like that. All right, I believe they're going to do that. I believe that's part of the plan. I'm going to show y'all in another video sometime. But for now, you need to understand that whatever's changed in this plan is important. And they went to T1. And I'm going to go even further than that and say we're not even in a T1 system. We're in a T0 system, people. You understand that? T0. That whenever, put it like this, when you are looking at your Stocko tracker and there's no shares to borrow, and all of a sudden there's 1.5 million, and here comes the videos on YouTube. Oh, where did they just find 1.5 million shares of AMC to borrow? That shit stopped. That shit's over. If a lender loans out shares, they have to report that to the SEC right then. Right then. There's no delay. And whoever receives them shares, they have to report to the SEC that they have received them shares. And if the borrower returns the shares, they got 15 minutes to notify the SEC that they've returned the shares and now they're open for being lending out again. That's T0. That's right now. That's what Ken Griffin and all the rest of the market makers are suing the SEC to stop. But until we can get to that point, which is right there at the end of the lawsuit, we're in T1 now, starting May 28th. Well, I was laying on the couch and my phone buzzed, and I looked at it, and I had an email from Moo, and Moo says that they were going to T1 on May 28, 2024. And I said, do what? I forgot that they had voted on this, and this was the effective date. And then I thought, hey, I just got an email from Moo. They're going to T1 on May 28th. And somebody informs me, yes, it's the entire industry is going T1. So I said, okay, this is important. Why? Because it's part of the new plan. It's the change that they've made here. All right? So it's got to be significant. And if you want to know the significance of it all, you can go to the dtcc.com/UST1, and it's going to be all about the T2, T1 settlement system, when it was passed, when it gets implemented. And let me tell y'all something, people. Ken Griffin is shitting his pants right now because they put a stop to everything. Do you remember when I reported to y'all that this man must have been retarded when he called out fucking Gary Gensler and told him, if you come and step into me, you better come in more than blue windbreakers and a smile, motherfucker. That was an insult to Gary Gensler. And I told y'all they was all going to rise up against him. And this is the move. And they fixing to bring Ken Griffin's bitch ass down. Now, so hold on. This locomotive's going full speed, and it's about to go off the fucking rails. And what is that going to mean for me and you? I'll tell you in the next video when I'm going to present the question to you is, what's the biggest threat to America? What's the biggest threat to America? Some would say the border crisis. Some would say the financial crisis. Some would say, different aspects of what's destroying America. And not only what's the biggest threat, who's the biggest threat? China, Russia, North Korea. I can tell you this. The next video I'm going to tell you who the biggest threat is to America. And yes, it's tied to AMC. So with that, love y'all. Be blessed. And I'll see you in the next video.